So I'll just tell you next slide when it's good. All right.
Or
So,
just nod.
okay, cool.
I'm the clicker for the day, everyone.
And I appreciate your assistance. Okay, so my name is Demetrius Curry, and I'm the CEO and founder of College Cash. Now, before we get into this, do me a favor. Who here remembers college as one of the best experiences you ever had? You met friends and it was really good. Raise your hands. Okay, cool. Now, who looks at their student loan debt the same way? That's what I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about Mike. Mike was told to go to college, get out of college, your house, get your car, find the person that makes you happy, settle down. So he did that. Next slide. Here's what happened, and this is why Mike looks like this. He realized that student loan debt actually affected his ability to buy a car, buy a house, open a credit card, and, startling fact, even get engaged or married, because 49% of people put that off because of their student loan debt. So all the things that we told college students to go and do, we forgot the end result. Now, I realized that there were a lot of solutions out there, but none of them really addressed the what if you don't have any money kind of issue. Yeah, you can round up, you can reconsolidate, but what if you just underemployed, unemployed, underbanked, and just don't have that disposable income? And since we didn't see a solution out there, you know what they say, we built it. Next. So, College Cash is a platform that uses everyday behavior across a myriad of ways to reduce student loan debt. From user-generated content campaigns engaging with brands, to playing video games, to simply just living your life. Here's the difference. We actually start first year of high school. All funds that are earned stack and accumulate to offset your future student loan debt. Now, if you're an adult like us, you can just pay it off as you go. But we're helping address an issue before it gets to be an issue. Next slide. So we do this by working with brands that want to engage their user audience and get user engagement, brand awareness. But the way we do it is in a model that's completely familiar with them. We're looked at as an advertising platform because we are a fintech, ad tech hybrid. So we run the campaigns in our platform, which makes us an anti-influencer platform because what you have outside of our platform does not matter. So the brands get the same advertising deductibility with the added benefit of being able to publicly say they've helped 200, 300, 2,000 of their own customers reduce a major debt issue. Now, next slide. How do we make money? Because everybody always asks that. So brands pay us a yearly subscription fee to run campaigns per quarter. Here's the catch. We're also considered an advertising platform, so even the money they pay us is deductible. Now, for that, they're able to run between 1 to 2 campaigns per quarter. That way they're able to engage with their users. We recently struck a deal and signed it that gets us into credit unions across the country, implementing what's called a collegiate cash back program, where every verifiable college student with a .edu email address, the spend that they have on both credit and debit cards, the cash back that's earned goes directly into their college cash account to help them offset the same student loan debt they're currently incurring. On that model, we make 0.25% on all those transactions. Next slide. Projections, we can skip that. They're good though, really good. Now our team is like the perfect balance. They always say you should have people to balance you out. I am naturally the vision and spokesperson. I'm the founder and CEO. I'm the guy that thinks of all the crazy things to keep us ahead. My business partner is the money guy. He got his MBA from the Wharton School and he keeps me grounded in reality. And our CTO keeps me making sure that I don't promise things that defy the laws of time, space, and physics. Next slide. Now, originally everybody says, what's your real market? Well, we decided that the market we could actually really address at first is the default market. These people are in trouble, and clearly if they had the money, they'd be using it. Now, that market is 12% of the total student loan market, which doesn't seem that much, except it's $160 billion. So, yeah, it's a pretty good market. Next slide. There are some other people in our space. We do acknowledge that, and they all do round up. So if you have the money and spend it, then they'll round up. Please keep this slide in mind. I'll address it in a second. Go ahead, next. What we've done so far. Currently, we're at $260,000 a year ARR, including white label agreements, including a license agreement from one of the same competitors you just saw on the previous slide to license our user-generated content module for their platform. In addition to that, we got the financial agreements that gets us into credit unions, and we signed an agreement that directly gives us access to American Youth Football. We're part of Capital Factory's venture portfolio, and, well, this morning I pitched at the South by Southwest Culture and Social vertical at 10 o'clock this morning, so forgive me, I've been up all day. All right, next. Now, at this point, people say, what's next? Here's the catch. The money does not have to go directly to student loan debt. We are able to use the funds earned for other debt classes as well, such as credit card repayment, medical bill repayment, and things of that nature. Is that on the horizon? Absolutely. Because our goal is basically to change the way people look at debt and definitely how they repay it. Any questions? I'm happy to answer them.
How many people are currently using the app?
Well, we ran betas and pilots because we actually kind of really got visibility last year. And so we've run those, and the average is about 800 to 1,200 people per quarterly campaign, engaging with around 4 to 5 campaigns, and being roughly between $120 to $150. We're actually launching the new campaigns with the new brands actually Sunday. So.
Okay, what's the average age of the user?
Well, it actually depends on who we actually been marketing to. So average age of the user right now falls firmly between the 13 and 24 age group, which is why the brands resonate with that, and it makes it really easy for them to actually get that engagement with a good message behind it.
Okay. And all of the postings are within the app, or they post it out to social?
No,
I
they're.
missed that part.
No, that's a very great question. The reason that they're posted inside of our platform is because to maintain the deductibility for advertising for brands. But the second reason is since brands are actually purchasing these pieces of content for use in social, digital, or print media, it would actually devalue it to have them posted somewhere else. And the other part of that is because, quite frankly, I've seen how that can go in other platforms. So we're just not doing it at this point in time. So it maintains the value for the brands of the images they're selecting. And then after that, the brands themselves can post it on their social media and drive traffic.
Okay, so my next question for compliance is what's the minimum age of the user, and are you verifying age?
We are verifying age, and minimum age is actually 13. So we refuse, even though some laws have changed about that, we maintain first year of high school. So anything younger than that, we're just not dealing with.
So I would like to talk to you because we have an investment in Gift of College, which does the 529s from an app, and I'm wondering if you can directly put for the minors into 529.
No, we actually have that capability. One of the deals that we're actually finishing up is on the other end of the spectrum, where those funds can go into retirement funds starting as early as high school. So we definitely have that ability. Well, thank you for the great questions. Anybody else? Whew, I guess I did okay.
Question.
Yep.
How did you come up with this idea? I'm curious. How did you get to this point? It's pretty intriguing.
Okay, now and I'll give you the honest answer because it touches on something you said. Because I've been broke, because I've been homeless, I've been underemployed, unemployed, and I still had that student loan debt to pay. Plus, I was one of those people with debt with no degree, which means even though I didn't have the degree to get the job that I was really qualified for, because I went 3 years out of 4, I still had to pay that back. And then coming from the communities that I come from and traveling around, I realized one thing is true. There's way more people with no money than there are with money. So where they come from, I lived it. So I decided to build something that can help offset it. Appreciate the question.
Appreciate it.